is the base view before any action is taken. Up here you have your primary key. Because the phrasings change, you need to have something kind of anchoring it. We're looking at the universal filter, that's everybody in the system, and then a language selected. Here is the main claim being presented with the phrasing that is most popular among this cohort. This link is created using common metadata that many links from a lot of major publishers carry. Anytime you share a Facebook link or a Twitter link, you see something like this. We have the rebuttals. We actually have them displayed in the beginning, so you get an idea of what are the reasons to reject things. We have a list of the history as kind of breadcrumbs, so you can easily navigate back from where you came from. And then we've moved the because and therefore down to the bottom. Here we have either believe, accept, however you want to call it, reject, and here's where you can say I'm unsure, and this will launch some sharing. Now if you reject it, you are immediately taken over to the rebuttals area, and we see these dots weighting each one of the rebuttals. If you weigh in, those dots disappear, and you can add your own weight. It still stays in the same sorting, but it gives you the opportunity to weight it yourself. And so let's take you through an actual animation of that. Let's say we're going to click on this one here. Sorry, this one here. And then we're going to click on the next one down, and you see that they shrunk. This shrunk to 50%, this has 50%, and it's inviting you to add more. And now I've added one more here, I've clicked on it, clicked a third time on this one for a second time, and so this one shrunk accordingly, and I'm going to give it one more, and that's how the weight ultimately goes, and then I'll submit. And then you can either look at a personal view to bring it to the top, or another treatment might be to kind of overlay yours with the universal view. And I actually think swapping the colors might be better, like this. That might be look a little bit better. Okay, so back on the main page, but this now reflecting that we did reject it, you would see the percentage of people reject there. Okay, let's start again and look at what happens when you accept. When you accept, then the because and the therefore automatically expand, and whichever one I decide to interact with will expand further. I'm going to go with the therefore, because then collapses, and we see the therefores, and you also get not only therefore you should accept these, but it also has the therefores that you should reject. These are the out statements for rebuttals. And this is kind of showing base view again. Once you click, this is kind of going through some concepts of, okay, now I want to scroll through the different phrasings here, and I want to scroll through the different explications here. We can explore like side scrolling or things like that, but this is where we would automatically start to kind of refine any given argument. Okay, so this is a concept for the splash page. It's a really great tool for some discovery. If you start here, I want to expose affiliations that closely resemble the current user, and then arguments from that user that you align ideologically with that are having maybe some trouble among the larger user base. So it's instantly dropping you into an argument that people like you agree with, that the larger population doesn't. So that's a good way to draw some attention there. Then we have the opposite of a affiliation where you largely disagree with, but they are getting a foothold by making these arguments, and people are accepting them more. So it's a good opportunity for discovery. And I think another good thing would have the kind of universal view and then the more local view. And this would create kind of a mechanism to hold up and build institutions. Then on the account page, here's a concept for that, where you can just kind of view some basic stats about how many arguments you've accepted and rejected and still are unsure about. We can We can also display the most consequential arguments you have made. And here's a trend showing how closely you're kind of matching the mainstream, and we can always change the cohort. So if you want to see how closely you align with any given cohort, maybe it's your state Democratic Party or things like that, you can check that here. Also, we can manage which affiliations you're a part of right here and add and remove them. That's it.